33 and a foul. Thank you very much. The reach and foul on Carlia Owens, I'm almost positive. Are they going to call it? Yeah, thank you. So Carlia Owens gets number 3. That's her third. The whole team has given up 4. Carlia has given up 3 of the 4 in the entire contest. Martine has the other one. 1:30 to go with a 1-point lead. A sense of determination on these ladies. Reese Stevens with the ball, kicks it over to Dana. Now handing it off to Amani. No, Dana keeps it, scoops it underneath, and just not enough on it to convert. Rebound to Olu. 1:10 to go. 1-point lead, and Olu could take their first lead of the second half, and the first lead since less than a minute in the contest when they led 4-3. Martine with it, loses it briefly, picks it back up, now stops her dribble. She's got to put the shot off the glass. Will not go, but no boxing out, and the putback would not fall for Cardona, but she's fouled in the process. And LSUA will commit a 5th foul. Amani Gray gets her second, and you begin to wonder a little bit about foul situation. Not bad, not bad. But Kelly Norris, Amani Gray, and Jewel Jones have 2 apiece, although we're almost through with the third period. Anissa Cardona to shoot 2. She gets the first one to go, and we are now tied at 44. If she makes this one, it'll be the first lead since less than a minute to go in the contest. First lead for Olu. There's the shot, and she knocked them both down, and there's the first lead change since less than a minute to go. Pressure being applied, 47 seconds to go. LSUA gets the ball in successfully. Benedetta is going to get around Carlia. Picks up her dribble, gives it over to Dana. About 12 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. 34 on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Now it's going to be Alexis Dyer in the paint, picked up her dribble, gives it over to Amani. Amani turned around, shot will not fall. Shot clock is off with 21 seconds to go in this third period. Playing for the final shot of the third period. Down to 12 seconds on the game clock. Coach Tanya Ray tells her, hold up. Now she gives it to Martin. Martine tried to feed it to a slicing and dicing Torres. Now they work it outside, and Dana, no shot, no shot, no shot. End of 3, LSUA trails by 1, 45-44 to the Saints of Olu. That's the end of 3, a 16-point swing for the Saints. We'll be back with this after this timeout from our sponsors on the Generals Sports Network. Welcome back to the fort. An interesting stat, in the third period, the Saints of Olu scored 22 points. They had only scored 23 points in the entire first half. In one period of play, outscored LSUA 22-6. So offensive play plus defensive pressure, significant switch, gave Olu the lead. And we'll see, checking in for the first time, Zariah Todd, number 0, a 5'8" junior guard from San Antonio for Olu. Her first minutes of play will take place here in the fourth period. Referees whistle and say, let's get this party started. Buzzer has sounded. LSUA will have the ball to start the fourth period right here in front of our table. Got some bad weather coming in this weekend. You're going to be wanting to pay attention to your local media weather outlets. Check. That's not as Olu gets the ball to start the fourth period. So on the left-hand side, there's the young lady we mentioned, Todd, Zariah Todd, come in for the first time. They give it back over to Torres. Now to Todd. Todd puts up the jump shot, and it's good. So the first time off the bench, Zariah Todd gets points, and it's a 3-point lead, 47-44. Tipped pass comes back. Dana Martin Hartwick got it, but Carlia got her hand out. They were trying to get it to Benedetta. Dana now on the right-hand side comes back over to Alexis, inside to Benedetta off the glass, and it just will not fall for LSUA. It's like there's a lid on the basket, and the shots that normally would fall outside. They're saying it's out of bounds on Olu, though. That's who touched the ball. And so LSUA will have the ball back with 18 seconds on the shot clock. After it did draw iron, looking for somebody to get it to. They feed it inside. Now back to Amani. Dana with it. Back to Amani. Dana goes into the paint. She's going to leave it up. And off the back iron again. It just is not falling for LSUA. Carlia Owens gets the rebound and a tie ball. Let there be a tie ball. There is a tie ball. Possession arrow LSUA. Jewel Jones fights hard for that one and forces the turnover. Great defensive posturing and play by Jewel for your Generals. Facing a 3-point deficit, but fighting their way back into this one. You can see the determination on her eyes right in front of us. Gets the ball to Dana. 9 minutes to go in this contest. How will your Lady Generals respond to a 22-6 third period? Near side, Benedetta goes underneath, and she is fouled as she makes the hoop. She will shoot. Julian Torres gets her first personal. First team period foul of the fourth period, and so Benedetta will shoot 2 with the clock stopped. And she knocks that first one down just like she was drinking a cup of coffee. Simple as that. No long delayed theatrics. Bounce the ball, shoot the ball, make the point. She did miss the second one, but the rebound is there, and the putback would not fall for Alexis Dyer. Thought we was going to get a 3-point play out of that one. Quickly back the other way, trailing by 2. LSUA falls back to defense. Olu with the ball. Off the bench, number 2, Cordona, gets it over to Torres off the bench. They come cross court. Back to 22, one of the starters, Plata, who's the leading scorer. Now Zero from the bench puts up the 3. It's going to be good. And it's a 5-point lead, 50-45 for the Saints of Olu. Dana Martin Hartwick gets it over far side to Jewel. Jewel thinks about the 3, comes back to Dana, way outside, comes near side to Benedetta. They've got underneath, posting up Alexis. Alexa will post up and get the shot off the glass. Count the basket, and that might be the turning point right there. Number 1. Is that number 1? Let's see. Okay, 0, Zariah Todd gets the foul. Count the basket, and that's going to be the potential for a 3-point play for Alexis Dyer, who has 6 points on the contest, and she misses it. Rebound by the Saints. So rebounding has gone the Saints' way here in the second half. LSUA trails by 3, 50-47 with 7:39 to go in this contest. Plata with it, long 3 put up. Count the 3 for number 12, Torres. 53-57, 53-47. Dana with the ball. They're going to feed it down inside and underneath. Trying to do the scoop was Alexis Dyer. Would not go. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Turnover. Carlia hands the ball off. Now into the paint. Has it tipped and stolen as Benedetta got the block. Alexis Dyer, thank you for the foul. Number 2, you just can't do it that way. So Anissa Cordona picks up her first. And that with 7:04 to go, not a shooting situation, but the third team foul of the fourth period. Team fouls go by periods here in ladies basketball. Jewel gets it into Amani. Amani near side to us. Gets around her defender in the paint. Put the shot up. She'll get the shoot 2. And she's fouled by 0. Zariah Todd, her second. So LSUA getting a little more aggressive and taking it to the hole. which is what you really want to see. And that is going to send Amani Gray to the line, a traditionally good three-point shooter and free throw shooter. Bounce, spin, shoot, and leaves it a little short. Gets the hand from Justice and Benedetta. Second shot on its way. You want this one for sure. Bounce, spin, shoot, and that one was good. 6:50 to go, 53-48, 53-48 to score, 53-48. Olu with the ball, though, and on the baseline, turning and spinning. It's going to be short this time. Benedetta gets the rebound, so a couple of times now the Saints have been ineffective. Coming down near side, Amani goes back to Benedetta from the free throw line, and she's going to scoop her way into the hole and taking advantage of that. Timeout. Billy Perkins says, let's take a timeout because we're beginning to gain momentum, but let's keep the momentum going our way. 53-50 is the score. LSUA trails by 3, but on a comeback, we'll be back after 30 seconds with this word on your General Sports Media Network. Okay, didn't fire. We'll keep it here. Little issue there with the commercials not firing. That's okay. I got my soda drink to wet my whistle. Appreciate all of you joining us for this contest. Don't forget, coming up, the men's game right after this game will be featuring your #1 in the nation, Generals, against a team that's #3 in the RAC and trying to fight their way into the #2 position, the Saints of Olu. We have 6 minutes and 26 seconds of regulation play ahead of us as the 4 of the 5 starters are out there. You've got Justice Young in there with Benedetta. I think the starter that's not out there right now is 25, Jewel Jones, giving her just a little bit of a breather and getting some height for the rebounds. Olu with the ball coming up top, and Bennett, fighting hard for it. Dana Martin Hartwick knocks it out of bounds, but great hustle by Benedetta. Even the referee said, nice hustle right here in front of our bench. 19 seconds on the shot clock for Olu. Benedetta's in her face on the rebound, on the inbound. Does get it in. Torres with the ball, top of the key, comes near side. Jaramillo, haven't heard much from her in this contest. Almost stolen by Dana. 3-point shot, no good. Justice Young gets the rebound. The 3-point game can swing back the other way on this one. Reese Stevens now pulls it out. Dana thinks about the 3. Reese feeds it inside to Justice. She posts up off the glass, and that makes it a 2-point game. And this is the kind of momentum you like to see going back your way. Trailed by 6, now trailing by 1. The LSUA Lady Generals are clawing their way back into this one. 3-point shot is up, and it will not go. Rebound, Amani Gray. This could be the lead for LSUA as they come across midcourt. Reese Stevens with the ball. She comes around to Dana Martin Hartwick, back to Reese. Feeds it over to Justice. And back to Dana, who puts up the 3. It's going to be left. It's going to be short. It's going to be out of bounds. Just not quite enough on that one. Oh, they're saying it was tipped. That's why it was short. Very good. LSU retains possession. 12 seconds on the shot clock. So we continue. Reese is fouled. And there's a big foul on Jaramillo. Oh, who'd they say? Oh, 22, Julia Plata. I thought that was Isabella Jaramillo. Reese. Yeah, so it wasn't Julia Plata. It was Jaramillo. I saw that. They called the wrong, well, they communicated. First shot was made by Reese. Second shot was made by Reese. LSUA now in the lead after giving up a big third period, has fought their way back into the lead in the fourth period. 54-53. Jaramillo with the ball, goes around a screen. She's going to put up the shot, will not go. Benedetta with the rebound. Justice wisely did not fight her for it. Reese Stevens, far side, thinking about the three. It was Jewel Jones. Now feeding it down inside to Justice, trying to get a give and go. Just a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog, and it goes out of bounds off the outstretched fingertips of Justice Young. 4:44 to go. LSUA with a tenuous 1-point lead. And on defense, Jaramillo with the ball near side, has Jewel Jones on her. And a foul whistle on the other side. Amani Gray called for her third on the opposite side of the court, and she'll go down for a little bit of a breather. Trying to see who they, not sure who they brought in for her. Oh, Dana came back into the game. Jaramillo with the ball. She gets it over at 12, puts up the shot, and it's good for Julian Torres. 10 points for her on the contest. And the lead goes back. Oh, Reese loses the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow does go to the Saints. So the tie ball favors the Saints on that turnover. Reese just lost the handle on it, fought for it. And now we're going to see Amaya Roundtree come in. Anaya Roundtree from Missouri City, Texas, will come in for Reese Stevens, who started the contest and has played a lot of minutes here tonight. Anaya all over Jaramillo, playing some man-to-man. They're trying to feed it, and the turnaround jumper is good for Carlia Owens. Back to a 3-point lead with 3:46 to go. Anaya with the ball. Comes back up to Benedetta, ringing around to Jewel. Far side to Dana, thinks about the three, fakes the three, takes the step, picks up the dribble. She's going to need help, coming near side to Jewel. Benedetta posts up. She's going to scoop it off a backboard, and it's good. Carlia couldn't do anything because she didn't want to foul her. She's playing with. Gotcha. Okay, so time and score, 3:14. LSUA trails by 1, 57-56, and the rebound is fought for, and a jump ball underneath. The rebound, the jump ball, nobody was able to come up with it, and the possession arrow favors LSUA. 57-56, the guests lead by 1, the Saints lead by 1, but LSUA has the ball with 3:05 to go. Just like back in my old radio days, time and score, we remember that very, very well. 3 minutes to go in this contest as Dana Martin Hardwick brings the ball across midcourt. She's going to swing it over near side to Jewel Jones. 1-point deficit. Anaya thinks about the three, goes baseline, bounces it to Dana off the glass. It's good, and LSUA has the lead again. 58-57, the 1-point lead with 2:44 to go. And it's going to be a great contest as we come down to the nail-biting finish. Who will it be? Can LSUA lengthen the lead as they are back on defense? 2:35 to go in this contest. LSUA on defense, 18 on the shot clock. Putting up the three on the left-hand side, will not go off the back iron. Dana Martin Hardwick gets the rebound. And with a 1-point lead, 58-57, LSUA can lengthen it as they run some clock at 2:18 to go in the contest. Waiting patiently, Dana moves around to the right-hand side. She's going to swing it back up to Jewel Jones. Jewel goes back to Dana. They know she's a dangerous outside shooter. Jewel has Anaya on the left side, doesn't go to her. Now she does. Anaya goes baseline. She's going to shoot from the left-hand side off the round. Will not go, but the putback will not go either for Amani Gray, and it's going to be a rebound for Olu with 1:50 to go, 58-57. LSUA up by 1, and a timeout called by Coach Tanya Ray, who wants the timeout, will take the timeout. 58-57 with 1:46 to go. Back after this word from a sponsor on the LSUA Generals Media Network. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just keep it right here, and then we'll reboot the computer between games. We'll figure it out. LSUA with a narrow 1-point lead, 58-57. And when we come back after this timeout, it's going to be a question of ball possession and defense. LSUA with that simple little lead. We have 1:45 to go when we come back. And so with 1:45 to go, Coach Billy Perkins is on his seat in front of the starters. Assistant Coach Callista Perkins next to him. I talked to him Tuesday night about who does what, who talks when, and you know, he basically says he and his assistant coach, who is his wife, almost read each other's minds during the game. They know who needs to talk when, and right now, obviously, it's Coach Billy Perkins giving the offensive play. 1:46, I'm going to correct that for us. It's 1:46 to go. LSUA with a small lead, but Olu will inbound the ball on their side of the court. It's pink night here. You see a few folks wearing pink, including the coaches. A few shoestrings and shoes out there. Olu will inbound right in front of Coach Tanya Ray. Martine will inbound the ball. She gets it into Plata. Plata at the top of the key is going to come back to Martine. They were looking for a give and go, but she wasn't open. Martine just holds it, and we have offensive foul away from the ball. Check that one out. So Samantha Fields picks up her first personal foul. That is the 5th team foul. One more, and we'll be shooting the bonus. Think about this. Olu committed 1 team foul the entire first half, has committed 5 here in the second half. That might be a detriment. Benedetta with the ball back to Dana, top of the key. Alexis comes around. They're going to fade it far side to Jewel. Jewel comes on the dribble back to Dana. Dana's trying to, they're looking at Benedetta trying to post up. Benedetta now comes outside. Alexis feeds it left side to Amani for 2. It rims around and in. And a 2-pointer is good to make it a 3-point lead, 60-57 with 1:05 to go. We're ticking down to the 60-second mark, 101 and 60 seconds to go in this contest. LSUA with a 3-point lead, 60-57, closer than we would have liked, led at 15. By 15, here comes the long 3. It's going to be off the back iron, will not fall. Amani Gray with the rebound. And LSUA with 45 seconds to go in the contest, a 3-point lead, will be playing to run some clock now. They're not coming out to cover Dana at all. Now we have the push. And no, we have the timeout. Timeout on the field with 37.4 seconds to go, 18 on the shot clock. And LSUA's play plan worked just as Coach Billy Perkins drew it up, giving LSUA the 3-point lead, 60-57. And folks, if you're enjoying this contest, you ought to enjoy it here in the fort itself. There's nothing like it. I'd encourage you to come out Saturday. It's the final home game of the season. The final home game of the season for both of these teams. It'll be senior day as the seniors will be recognized in between the games, and we encourage you to be here for that game. We'd love to pack the fort, fill the fort on Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, the ladies play against it's San Antonio. That's what it is, Texas A&M at San Antonio. At 1 o'clock, the ladies play. At 3 o'clock, the men play. And now LSUA will inbound the ball with 37.4 seconds to go. They do get it in. There's a foul, no call. Martine didn't get called for the foul. Dana with the ball. Will they foul her? She's such a good free throw shooter. You don't think they want to. They try to double team her. Get it down. Jewel Jones in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. And the ball is stolen away. A kick ball against Olu. And oh my goodness, Jaramillo is frustrated, but she gets called for the kick ball. That means LSUA will have the ball with 21.2 seconds on the game clock, 20 seconds on the play clock. You can run just about every second off if you can keep away. Trying to get it in. Jewel has it stolen on the inbounds. And don't know what that call is. Referee bouncing his hand off his forehead. I have no idea what he's saying. Foul on us on the inbound. So are they saying Alexis Dyer committed the foul? Okay, I think we have a timeout by Olu, and I believe Alexis Dyer gets called for her first personal. I'm waiting for the announcement to be made. Yeah, they put it in the scorebook, so Alexis does get counted for her first. Timeout on the floor. It's, my goodness, can you believe it? Under 20 seconds to go, or 20 seconds left in this game. LSUA with a 3-point lead, led by 15 at the half. That disastrous third period outscored 22-6. But here in the fourth period, they have outscored Oulu 16-12, leading by only 3 points. Though you certainly wanted more when you were leading by 15 at the half. The halftime score, as I recall, and looking down at my notes, was 38-23. But here in the fourth period, LSUA ladies have stepped back up. They had a great first period, outscored Oulu 23-13. But that third period, only scoring 6 points, definitely didn't help. Shot clock is off. 21.2 seconds left on the game clock because they would have had the full shot clock. 21.2. If they make it, you can see them calling a timeout. If they miss it, we'll see if LSUA can get the ball down. They've got to get a shot. Moving the ball around. Oulu got it to Martine. And a steal. LSUA steals the ball. Jewel Jones is going to be timeout. LSUA calls a timeout on the courageous steal by Jewel Jones. That may be the play of the game, as Jewel Jones, with 9.8 seconds to go, gives LSUA the ball. And Reese Stevens is going to check back into the contest after this timeout. What a heck of a play, as Jewel Jones anticipated the pass, stepped right in front of it, and just picked the pocket of the Saint. And the Saints, not happy, but that's the way it went. Hats off to these Saints. The game is not over. Or about 9 seconds to go. But what a heck of a play by Jewel Jones. Saints came in serious tonight and did not give up. I mentioned to you at the halftime, they didn't come out and warm up at all. No warm up. Spent the entire half in the locker room with Coach Tanya Ray going over her play plan. And it was effective, scoring 23 points in the third period, 22 points, outscoring LSUA 22-6. And, man, this has been a wonderful contest, no matter which team you're for. That last defensive play there by Jewel Jones, though, getting that steal. Reese Stevens in the game with Dana Martin Hartwick, who will inbound right in front of us. Amani Gray, Jewel Jones, and Benedetta Paraki, as we're back to our original 5 starters. Actually, they're going to inbound on the far side in front of the bench. Dana's right here in front of us, and looking to get the ball in. They do get it to Dana, who they wanted to, and they commit the foul. Does 21, Samantha Fields. So Samantha Fields gets her first, and that's really all. With 8 seconds to go, that's really all the Oulu Saints can do is foul and not allow LSUA to run those last 8 seconds off the clock. Dana will shoot the 1-and-1 at the line, or they say 2, is the indication by the referee. And the first one's good. Now a 4-point, 2-possession game for LSUA, a 2-possession lead, 61-57, and that makes it a 5-point lead. Alexis Dyer will check in, and a timeout by Coach Tanya Ray of the Saints of Oulu. You don't blame her. They had led here in the fourth period, but now trail 62-57, a 5-point deficit that may be difficult to overcome in the final 8 seconds of this game. Leading scorers for you tonight so far in this contest: Jewel Jones with 12, Benedetta Paraki with 11, the only 2 players in double digits. Amani Gray with 9, Justice Young off the bench with 8, Dana Martin Hartwick with 7, 6 for Alexis Dyer, 5 for Anaya Roundtree from the bench, and then 2 each for Reese Stevens and Kelly Norris. On the other side of the court, they only had 3 players in the book in the first half, but now 3 players in double digits. Julia Plata with 14, Carlia Owens with 13, Jillian Torres with 10, Alexandra Westerditch Martin with 7, Isabella Jaramillo with 6, 5 for Zariah Todd off the bench, and 2 for Anissa Cordoa. So actually they put, they haven't put anything. They're counting down the timeout on the scoreboard. Once it gets to 0, then they'll show you the 8.0 seconds that are remaining 8.0 seconds, a 5-point lead. Olu will inbound. They get it over near side. Got to get a shot off. There's the two-pointer. Will not. It does go. Shot is good for Julia Plata. And with 2.7 seconds to go, a foul as LSUA got the ball in. I think the foul is on 3. Yeah, Alexandra Westerditch Martin commits number 2. And that is going to send to the line Jewel Jones, number 25. And Jewel is a consistent player. Jewel averaging 77% from the free throw line. And you see it right there as she gets the first one back to a 4-point, 2-possession game. 2.7 seconds to go before this one is in the books. Second shot is just as good as the first one. And 64-59, a 5-point game. 2 possession, what can they do? They can do a long inbounds, an attempt to shoot, and they don't get